Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Astrology for Mystics. I am your host, astrologer Jennifer Jennings. Thank you so much for joining me today as we discuss Mercury in Virgo. Mercury comes into the sign of Virgo on September 2nd and will remain there until the 18th of September. What does it mean for your rising sign? Stay tuned because I am going to go over all of the rising signs and the different aspects that is taking place with you during this period of time. But first, let's talk about Mercury. Mercury rules Virgo. So when Mercury is in Virgo, its qualities are heightened and refined. You may have more mental clarity, your analytical thinking, your communication is more precise, you have more attention to detail, problem solving becomes efficient. There is a strong focus on organization. There is an emphasis on critical perception. So you may have a tendency to notice imperfections, patterns, routines. It's all about health. Virgo is health. The constellation of Virgo is Astrea, and she is the divine justice of health. So you may have a renewed interest in nutrition, productivity, wellness. Mercury in Virgo has an emphasis with learning and planning, journaling, organizing. It can definitely lead toward overthinking, anxiety, hypercriticism when not in balance. Using the whole house system, the house of Mercury is going to be determined purely by the sign it falls into, not the degree. So for each rising sign, here is what it could mean for you. Those who rise in Aries, Mercury is going to be hanging out in your sixth house. So it could be that you are focusing on your daily work, your daily routine, your everyday health, your romance. Maybe you are refining your habits, trying to work smarter, organize better. Your analytical thinking is going to be applied to your everyday service and the way that you are productive. Those of you that rise in Taurus, this is going to be taking place in your fifth house. So Mercury is going to be hanging out in your house of kids, the way that you create. So communication, mental energy, that is where you are going to channel all of your creativity, romance, hobbies, anything having to do with children. This could definitely be a good time for creative problem solving, improving your enjoyment with leisure activities. Those of you who rise in Gemini, this is going to be taking place in your fourth house, and Mercury is going to be hanging out in your house of home. Your thoughts, your communications, everything is going to be turning inward toward your home, your family, your emotional foundation. So maybe you are organizing things around your house, organizing your domestic life, researching family history, or focusing on your mental clarity within your private sphere of influence at home. Those of you who rise in Cancer, Mercury is going to be hanging out in your third house of communications. It's where your siblings are, your short trips, your cousins, childhood friends, neighbors. So communication, learning, short trips are definitely going to be emphasized here. You may improve on your writing skills, the way that you speak, the way that you carry yourself with your analytical thinking. Your analytical thinking is definitely going to be active in your everyday communication with Mercury here in your third house. Those of you who rise in Leo, this is going to be taking place in your second house. Mercury is going to be focusing on finances, your possessions, the things that you own, your personal resources. Mercury in Virgo here in the second house may sharpen your money management, your budgeting, and your practical skills for earning money. Those of you who rise in Virgo, Mercury is going to be hanging out in your first house with your ascendant. It's going to be boosting your self-expression, the way that you communicate, your mental agility, the way that you are energetically mental. You may be feeling more precise, more articulate, and analytical in how you present yourself on the daily. Those of you who rise in Libra, the 12th house is where Mercury is going to be energetically moving inward with your dreams, your reflection, your analysis, everything in your subconscious processing, that unconscious being made conscious, things of the past. So any type of journaling, meditation, any type of healing patterns that you have created could come to life. Those of you who rise in Scorpio, Mercury in Virgo is going to be hanging out with your house of groups, the way you bring in money, your hopes and your wishes, your communication, your mental agility is going to be going toward more social networks and groups, long-term goals. Your analytical skills will definitely be able to help you with teamwork or any type of strategic planning. Sagittarius risers, Mercury in Virgo is going to be hanging out in your 10th house, which could definitely bring precision and organization to your public image, your career, any type of professional goals that you may have. You may even think about the ways in which you are responsible at work, how you can be accountable. Your work strategy definitely comes to life during this period of time. Capricorn risers, Mercury in Virgo is going to be hanging out in your 9th house. So you may want to focus on higher learning, getting that degree, philosophy, foreign travel, or long travels. Critical thinking, practical logic, help you study, plan trips, refine your beliefs. Aquarius risers, Mercury in Virgo is going to be in your 8th house. Death, rebirth, regeneration is very intense here. A lot of transformation with your mental focus, the way that you are communicating, your shared resources, research, investigations with deep studies, financial planning that involves others are definitely going to be highlighted during this period of time. Those of you that rise in Pisces, Mercury in Virgo is going to be hanging out in your 7th house of relationships and partnerships. Mercury may sharpen your communication skills with your partnerships, your contracts, your relationships, and you may even analyze the dynamics when you're signing that dotted line. Mercury in Virgo is definitely practical. It's going to be practical for all of us, detailed oriented, a lot of analytical energy. The focus is more or less placed on the house where Mercury occupies. That's where the highlights of refinery, organization, and communication is going to be shown efficiently, depending on how your Virgo house is aspected. Mercury in Virgo can definitely help us improve problem solving, planning. We just have to all make sure that we are not overthinking or being overly critical with other people or ourselves. Mercury in Virgo is going to be fated. There is a quincunx with Saturn. There's a quincunx with Neptune and Pluto. So Saturn, Neptune, Pluto. There is a fate as Mercury moves into Virgo with authority, responsibility, with our own thoughts and making realistic plans. Practical, creative, artistic expression is certainly seen here. And we definitely don't want to be involved in other people's drama, whereas we can direct our energy into more beautiful, creative projects. Mercury in Virgo is going to be trining Chiron. So understanding people's pain, being empathetic, being a caring listener. So I hope you enjoyed this video about Mercury in Virgo and what it might mean for you. As always, please like, subscribe, share, all that good jazzy junk. And until my next video, peace out.